Well, y'all, welcome back. So I'm out here at one of my local spots, and it is incredibly windy right now. I believe we're in a wind advisory, but the kicker is there is a possibility of some good storms tonight. So I figured I'd come out and see if we could catch those. Well, I'll give you guys a legitimate forecast of what we've got going on. Currently 73 degrees. We have a low of 45, a low of 35 tonight, excuse me. We're in a wind advisory and thunderstorms possible after 5, it says. And it looks like it's probably gonna rain until like 1 in the morning. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what this says about the wind advisory. This is saying gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Regular northwest winds 25 to 35, and it's definitely 25 to 35 out there. Tree limbs could be blown down and power outages may result. But like I said, I'm away from the trees here, so it's not too terrible. Sipping on a Milo sweet tea. Yeah, it's kind of wild how windy it is. Just shaking the truck. It's gonna be doing that all night. You guys hear the wind howling? I gotta close these windows down a little bit. It is blowing like crazy. It's just started to sprinkle a little bit. We are in a severe thunderstorm warning. Ooh, there was just a big flash of lightning out there. There's been some hail south of us. There's been a measured 80-mile-per-hour wind gust. This could get a little wild. I think it's like still, well, it's supposed to be right here. Shaking the truck, the tire on the back is kind of wiggling around. I better just close these windows up. Kind of crazy. And the craziest part is that there's a chance of snow in like 2 days, and it's 73 degrees. This winter has been one of the weirdest ones that I can remember. Well, y'all, the rain has stopped and the wind has died down. I've got a couple hours before the sun sets, and the rain is supposed to start again a little bit later. We'll see if that happens. But I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a fire while I can. I don't have much wood with me, probably only enough to last a couple hours, but it's been a minute since I've had a campfire, so let's go get this thing going. Should have put my boots on. It's all right, no reason to get two things muddy now. Try some of this fat wood. I haven't used it in a while. I think it'll work better if I split it a bit though, if I can, or just feather it. That lights up pretty quickly. Pretty crazy how windy it was earlier. Now the water is just like glass out there. The calm after the storm. All right, y'all, so we've made it into the rig. As you can hear, it started raining again. The fire has gone out. And tonight, we're gonna try cooking something that I've never had before. So obviously, I've never cooked it before. Go ahead and grab it out of the old cooler here. We've got some stuff to go with it. We'll get into that. But I have a swordfish steak. I've never had swordfish, and when I saw this at the grocery store, I knew we had to give it a try. I did watch a couple of YouTube videos, and it says to just basically cook it like a normal steak. So we're gonna do it in this cast iron pan, and this cast iron pan was sent in on the last live stream by one of you gracious subscribers, and this is a Griswold pan, if you can see that on the back there. So this says cast iron skillet number 7 from Erie, Pennsylvania, USA, 701B on the bottom. And if I remember correctly, I looked it up during the live, and like the last time these were made were in the 1950s. And I think I'd have to look on my phone. I'm not going to do that now, but I believe somebody commented that based off of the design that this is and like the size of it or whatever on the back from their logo, that this was probably made in the 30s. So this is a very old pan, and it looks to be fairly well seasoned. I have not used this pan yet, so fingers crossed we don't screw this up. But we're just gonna get our hot plate set up and get this thing cooking. It should only take like 5 or 6 minutes total to get this thing cooked up. So I'm excited for this. That looks tasty, and hopefully it is tasty. Let's go ahead and get this guy turned on. All right. Should probably prep my steak a little bit, but we've got some seasoning to go on it, so we'll see how this turns out. We're gonna go ahead and put this on medium high. It says 375. I don't know if I should go, or wait, max sear. We'll just go to high, 425. I don't know what I'm doing as far as the temperature goes, but it's fine. We've got ourselves a little bit of olive oil to use, and then I brought this Nonk Shaw's Swamp Ass seasoning. This was also sent on a live stream quite a while back. I've used this a few times, so we'll see how that turns out. Probably gonna need one of those guys, And we're gonna need some silverware right over yonder. And then we'll probably need a mitt also. Oh, I gotta hit start. That always helps. All right, let's get this thing seasoned up. This is a little juicy. There we go. Would you look at that? Nice hunk of meat. I'm just gonna put it right on this paper towel, because from what I've seen on a couple other YouTube videos is you gotta pat these dry. Get rid of that guy. Grab ourselves another paper towel. That's a pretty thick cut of meat. If you guys can see that sucker. It looks good to me. And let's go ahead and season this guy up a little bit. I don't know how thick we're gonna do this. Dang old thing is in here still. It's been a minute since I've used this seasoning, so I don't remember quite how spicy it is. And there's big chunks of stuff in here, so we're just gonna have to do it this way. Go ahead and just rub that in a little bit. I don't want to put a ton of seasoning on this one because I really want to see what it tastes like. I don't think this is like a super fishy tasting fish from my understanding. But you want to get that seasoning in there. And see if we can do both sides of this without losing all of our stuff. Ooh, that was quite a bit. I feel like I should have brought some lemon or something to squeeze on it, but I did not. It'll be fine. Alright. Clean one for my fingers. Let's put a little bit of olive oil in here. This is new. Probably be enough. I'm going to get a 3-minute timer going because I don't want to overcook this thing either. Already smelling good. All right. Go ahead and get rid of this stuff. Fish juice. So I don't know how fresh this could possibly be since I'm in the middle of the country and these have to come from the oceans, but it looks like a pretty good cut of meat. I'm surprised that this handle isn't getting super hot. It smells good. And it isn't like an overly fishy smell. Nothing like tuna or something like that. To go along with this, when I saw the label, I had to grab this. It's dang root beer. Dang old dang, that's good. It says dang, that's good on the front, yeah. I've been on a little bit of a root beer kick lately. I am sipping on a Liquid Death also, but we can save the rest of that for a little bit later. See what this thing's about. Tastes like root beer and our alarm's going off already. All right, we got to flip this guy. See how we can do this. See if I can do it with this spatula. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. I'm excited for this one. All right, we're just gonna give it another 3 minutes. I think that should probably be pretty good. Stoked on this. And the root beer's tasty. I don't know, let's see if it says anything on the bottle here. It does not. Their website is dangthat'sgood.com. The original Dang root beer. I don't know if root beer is really what you're supposed to pair with fish, but it's tasty to me. Man, that smells like it's getting kind of smoky in here. It's not a smell that I think I've ever smelled before as far as fish goes. Is it raining still? Yeah, it's sprinkling a little bit. Not much. Very light rain. I'm excited for this. We've got some new hot sauce, and I figured this would be the best one. It's Hawaiian chili pepper water. Look at the color on that. And it does separate if you let it sit. But it says grown here, not flown here. Manufactured by Quady Juice Company in Lahu, Hawaii. So this is made in Hawaii. We're gonna try a little bit of that. I brought some pico. We'll put some of that on top of it. I think that'll be tasty. And to go with it, I just picked up a little bit of spring pasta salad. Keeping it simple tonight. 55 seconds. Let's get our plate ready to go. While I'm smoking myself out of here. Yeah, you can definitely see it on the camera. I'm really excited to try this. Really excited to try this. I feel like this got to be long enough, but yeah, and it's a nice pan. Like the handle on my Lodge at this point would be too hot to touch. This is quite a bit lighter than a Lodge pan. It's thinner material, but it's already smooth. There we go. I didn't need to sand this one, obviously. All right, we're gonna shut this guy off. Let's see. The other side almost looks even better. We'll flip her over. Check that guy out, dude. That looks great. That looks great. And it is a little bit smoky in here. All right. I'm gonna transfer this guy down to the floor. So we've got, oh, now it's getting a little warm. Well, no, it'll be fine. Set that down there. We're just gonna unplug it. I have to clean that sucker out. It's good for the pan though, right? It's good for the pan. All right. Can you believe that? I can't. Super excited for this one. All right, let's plate up the rest of our dinner first while that has a minute to rest. At least I think you're supposed to let it rest like a steak or whatever. Although maybe I don't want this on the plate. I think we'll just eat this out of the tub. It's got vegetables in it. It's good stuff. Where do we even start on this guy? We gotta have a bite with nothing else to see what it tastes like. And look at that. Can you see it's like really white meat? There was a little bit of a bloodline in it, but that's normal for fish. So that is really good. I am definitely going to eat more swordfish in my life. If you guys have a fishmonger or anywhere around you locally to try this, gotta give it a shot. That is really good. And I'm glad I didn't go super heavy on the seasoning with this one because I wanted to taste it. I mean, ultimately, like I said, it doesn't have a super fishy taste. It's just a good meat. That is great. All right, we got to try a little bit of this pico on there. I think that'll make a nice addition to this. Man, swordfish tacos would be good too. We had to try this just all by itself before we get crazy trying to make anything with it. All right. That's good. That definitely enhances the flavor of all of it. Man, where you been all my life, swordfish? Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's give this a whirl. Hawaiian chili pepper water. It is really runny, so I'm going to try not to dump it all over the steak. We'll see how it turns out. It's got such an unusual color for hot sauce. It's got a dauber, a dripper top, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. That's good too. It's got a good citrusy, but there's no citrus in here. Vinegar, water, onion, garlic, fermented Hawaiian chili pepper, and Hawaiian sea salt. It's organic. I'm just gonna do this number because it tastes good. Y'all gotta get on that swordfish steak. I'll tell you what, this would be amazing in a fish taco. Like, cook it just like this, and then cut it up, put it in a fish taco. That would be great. A little bit of rice, maybe like some black beans or something. Pico on top. What do you guys think? Is the lighting enough? It's way brighter in here than it was. I don't know. I thought about trying to put the other string of lights up, but I don't think there's any reason for it at this point. It's plenty bright in here. And these did really help get rid of that whole shadow. And this really isn't that spicy at all. To me, it seems to have a citrusy flavor. I'll load her up on there. You get enough, it's got a little bit of a kick, but it's not bad. And I love the color of it, man. You can't get over that. All right. Last bite of our swordfish here. I'm definitely going to eat this again. And when I told my wife what I was going to do, she's like, oh, that sounds really good. So I'm sure she's going to make her some at some point. That was amazing. It would probably be really good grilled also. But doing it in the cast iron was perfect. And years of seasoning on that pan. Definitely worked out great for me. Didn't turn out like the last bit of cast iron cooking I did with eggs stuck everywhere. That was really good. I did pop a little bit of sweat. This stuff does have a kick to it also. I don't know. Oh, nonkshaws@gmail.com. If you guys can see that, if you want to get yourself some, I got to be small batch stuff. It's good seasoning. Overall, that was an A+ dinner for me. And incredibly simple. Cheers, y'all. I got to get this junk cleaned up. All right. Got most of the smoke cleared out of here. It got pretty warm in here with that pan going. Got a bit sweaty, but no movie tonight. So I have this tiny little video game thing that I saw it on Instagram, and I sent it to my wife and was like, this is neat. And lo and behold, she bought it for me. So it doesn't look like much. This isn't an ad. They're all over Instagram right now. Maybe it was just targeted towards me for some reason, but it came straight from China, so there's probably no sending it back. But this little thing has 15,000 games on it, and they're all games that were, I don't know if you can see that, like Nintendo games, Sega games, Atari games, arcade games. There are a few PlayStation games, but they do lag a little bit on this one. But yeah, so many different games. Let's see if I can figure out. The controls on this are a little bit odd. I don't know if that's going to focus on that enough. But there's all these different consoles that you can go through. And there's literally like 15,000 games on this thing. So I've been screwing around with this Nintendo DS, Sega Mega Drive, Sega Dreamcast, Sega GameCube, Neo Geo, PlayStation. But like I said, the PlayStation games are a little bit laggy on this one. Sony PSP, easy role-playing games, Retro Arch, should say that right. And yeah, you can go all the games, and you're not going to be able to see it, but it says 15,081 games. So I've been playing simple stuff like Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, and things like that. And to be honest, there's so many games on here that I've never even heard of. The controls are a little bit odd, but it also has the buttons on the back like a PlayStation controller would. And it's got joysticks on it, dude. It's got basically everything you would need to play any of these games. So Super Mario Brothers, Dr. Mario, basically all the Mario games on here. Kamikaze Mario, Mario TV, Contra, Super Contra, Contra Force. Everything you could want to play. And I've been enjoying this, but if you're gonna, I don't know what it cost. It was like $100 or something, I believe. But you should be able to find these somewhere on Instagram. I kept getting ads over and over for it. But it has been fun to play. And, you know, having that many games in a little system like this is really cool. So I've been playing these and enjoying my time with this thing. It's kind of addicting. We're on the sand. Oh, catching this guy too. Oh, don't go in the water. You slow down. You know, I've never, like, I had a Game Boy. Yeah, I had a regular Game Boy. But that's all I ever had as far as like a handheld console. But this makes me want to get like something newer and fancier. Like, I know the Sony PSPs were pretty popular. And then there's something I've heard of called the Steam Deck. But to be honest, I really don't know anything about that. The last console that I had was a PS3. It might have been a PS2. No, it was a PS3. But after that, I just started playing stuff on like on my laptop. But now that I do all the editing and everything else on there, I don't have anything else downloaded onto that because I need all the space and power that that thing can provide. And when I mentioned the trying to use a controller on my tablet, I tried the controller that I had, but it wouldn't work. I think I mentioned that in the last camping video. But one of you guys said to get a Bluetooth controller and that would work. I got 4th place. Oh, it's bright. Oh. Oh, good morning. It's chilly in here, that's for sure. Oh. I stayed up entirely too late playing Tetris. I had some wild dreams, dude. Wild dreams last night. Oh, half expected to be snow on the ground the way it's so cold. I did not put my thermometer or anything out. Let's see what this thing says. 35 degrees, feels like 24. Dang, oh dang. Oh. Use a dang old jet oil today. Put some heat in here. Oh, that feels good. Very nice. Ooh. Dangerous. Cold on my fingers. I grabbed a little blueberry bread thing. I don't know. It's just a muffin in a bread pan, I guess. A little bit of breakfast. I'll let that run for a second. Putting off some nice heat. It definitely takes the edge off. That's for sure. It feels good. Very good. Shut that off. Yeah, it was a beautiful night. The geese out there were a little bit noisy all night, but that's to be expected. You can barely hear him out there now. I should start honking my horn. Can I just cut a piece of this out of here? Blueberry. That rain that came down last night, I wiped it off the back window. If I remember, I'll show you the hood of the truck. Although it rained again, so it might not, probably won't be as dirty, but dude, it was so full of dirt and dust. And I know I was watching some videos on Facebook, and there was like a crazy dust storm. Thinking like the Amarillo area or something like that. A huge accident on an interstate, like a big pile up. I don't know, a lot of dirt in the air, I guess. It's a chilly one this morning. That's for sure. But the birds are chirping. I only got like half a pound of mud in my camper. These things happen. Frozen? Nope. Oh, it's chilly. Well, y'all, another great night of camping, some tasty food. Definitely recommend Swordfish if you've never had it. And overall, just a good one. So, yeah. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.